Alright everybody, this is my 20 long open top, and I'm going to do a basic water change on here. It's no big deal. I'm just going to vac out the gravel. This tank has a ton of mulm that develops in the bottom of it. I'll probably wipe the glass down a little bit and change the filter pad while I'm in there, but basically we're just going to do a quick before and after look at this tank. I do want to get a little bit of video while I'm working on it though. I'm going to try to get a little bit of video of the mulm being vacked up. When you really start getting in there and looking closely at the gravel, you can see what I mean. The bottom of the tank is just littered with fish waste, and it accumulates in certain areas more than others depending on the water level. And when the water runs in from the filter, whether it goes down into the tank and swirls it around that way, or whether it flows across the top, it basically just changes the currents in the tank. And then because due to the currents, the mulm accumulates in different areas. So right now it's starting to get a little bit lower, and the mulm that was all accumulated in the corner is now spreading out into the tank a little bit. So I'm just going to get in there and do a simple water change and gravel vac. And again, I'm going to try to get a little bit of that on video while I'm doing it, and then we're just going to do a nice little before and after. See what I mean? Look at all that. So with this gravel, I've got to be really gentle. I can't really crunch the vac down into it because it's a bimodal substrate. It actually has very, very fine particles to the substrate. And this, I'm actually just trying to knock some of this green slime cyanobacteria loose and get that out of here as well. But I'll show you what I mean here for very briefly. As I crunch down into the gravel, you'll see really dark stuff come up. See all that? That will actually translate into gravel. When I'm done, we'll have a closer look, but you can already see how the larger pieces of substrate tend to rise to the top, and then that very fine substrate settles to the bottom. It's part of the fact that it's a planted substrate, and it's designed to give the roots good, loose, small, sandy-like material deeper down, while giving the surface area nice, big, broad, open pieces that allow for nice, generous water circulation and oxygen flow that helps for the biofiltration. So let me get finished on this while I can concentrate on more than one thing as the bucket begins to fill. I really just wanted to give you an idea of how much crap I can really pull out of this tank this quickly. You can see I'm just keep pulling it out of the same spot as more flows around the tank. So we'll do what we can with this 1 5-gallon change, and that'll be it. So I'll see you here in a couple minutes for the after. Alright, and just for good measure, I decided to throw this little bonus clip in. We're done with the tank. I'm just kind of waiting for everything to settle down before we can film the after clip. And I decided I would go ahead and get that piece of woodwork out of there and just give it a rinse and scrub some of the cyanobacteria off of it. And then since I had it out, I decided, well, why not just go ahead and clean it up, a little more thoroughly. So I put it in extremely hot water. This is just temperature coming out of my tap, but my tap water is about 165 degrees coming out of my tap. I know that's extremely high, it's dangerously high, but that's how hot it is. So that's what that water is. And then I poured about 2 or 3 ounces of hydrogen peroxide in there as well. And that's where you're seeing all that, almost looks like carbonation, fizzy water. That is hydrogen peroxide killing cyanobacteria. So I'm going to let it sit in here for half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. I'm going to let the tank settle down, let this do its thing. When I don't see a whole lot of bubbles anymore, we're going to take it out of here. I'll just give it a rinse and a scrub. And then what I'm actually going to do is give it a final spray right straight onto the wood with 3% hydrogen peroxide solution, and then just sort of shake it off a little bit and then put it right back in the tank. That won't harm the tank at all, but it will continue working once we get it back in the tank. So when we do the final after video, you're actually going to see a fizzy piece of wood, and that's what that's going to be all about. So let's get over and have a look at it now. Alright, and there you have it. So all I did was the gravel vac that you saw. I did not go and do any more than that after that one bucket. We just did the 5-gallon. I did get in and wipe the glass down, as you can probably tell. And of course we cleaned that bit of wood up. I did use a stiff bristled brush when I got finished soaking it after a little while, and it really brought some of the nice wood tone back, and it looks beautiful again. It'll be covered in green soon enough, but for now it looks pretty. I also got in here and removed a few of the sheets of green slime that were developing more heavily on the Java fern here, so we reduced that a little bit. And then we just basically did a water change. I put a new filter pad in and topped the tank back off, and there she is. So that's all I really wanted to do today for this tank. We're going to move on to the next one. As I said before, in another video I've already shot today, I got lots to do. So go ahead and subscribe, that way you won't miss anything. I got about 3 videos I'm working on simultaneously right now, and that way if you're subscribed you won't miss any of them. And of course you don't want to miss any of them because they're all going to be good. So thanks for watching this one, and I hope to see you real soon on the next one.